Okay, so if anyone's here, just know that we're setting up things. Well, technically everything's set up. We're just waiting for Bomber to join, which he will be soon. Very, very soon. When? Who knows? I cannot offer any promises whatsoever, but all I do know is I'm pretty excited for today's stream. We're doing Phoenix Wright. We're in the final, case. We don't know how many episodes left it'll take. Like Bomber saying we probably can't finish it today. That's not going to be possible. But we can dream, we can hope, and maybe with enough dreams and hope we might get it done. Because I believe in democracy.
I'm back with the milk.
Bear, you're back with milk. We thought you took that as an excuse to run off and hunt Yeti again. They put in a
This is a
complaint,
reference about the fact that I showed up in the first stream and now showing up in the last stream.
They put up a complaint. They're accusing you of war crimes. Hi, Phantom. Hello, welcome to the stream. Wow, I didn't expect you to see you so soon. Let's see. Where are my thumbnails? I just realized thumbnail sounds like such a weird name, doesn't it? Huh? It's almost like I'm looking at my thumb. It's like the nail of my thumb, but at the same time, that's what we call those things in front of videos. Why are they called thumbnails? Is it supposed to be like if you look at the actual picture, but you want it to be as small as a thumbnail? It could be something actually very technical that I'm not getting, because I just don't know, and I'm not educated. I'm educated, but not in that aspect, You're off today.
So,
Yes?
where Bomber?
Bomber has messaged that he will be soon. He's just setting things up.
Ah.
So have no fear. I can do all the fearing
But
for
yeah.
you. By the way,
if you,
I really mean it about the...
If you ever edit this down to a single video or like a set of videos, it'd be funny if... Like, I will send you a voice recording for it too. If, like, first first stream, I dip and say, go get some milk. Show up in the last stream. Back with the milk. It'd be fucking perfect.
That would be hilarious, and I can't believe it if you've done it. That's like, oh my god.
I didn't. I don't think I said leaving for milk in the first stream. If I did, that's fucking perfect.
By the way,
But if not,
I just wanted to show on stream. This is the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yes, so just on stream, I wanted to show the thumbnail. There's no place to put it, unfortunately. I'm going to put it up here over
I
the
mean, you can put it on the timer.
You know what? Fair enough. That means that no one can tell if we're late. I'll just put it...
Exactly!
You got me curious now. You're Googling it, Phantom. Okay, that's an interesting Google. Because if you Google thumbnail, it'll later give you a tutorial on how to make thumbnails, or it'll be a fetish video. I don't know why, but I can imagine it. Look at this. I'm just happy with this thumbnail. It's just a messing around of what I did last week, except with the updated stuff.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Very simply, I'm screwed.
It's like, hey, you can prove I'm innocent,
finally,
right?
you arrive.
Hi, Bomber.
I hope it's a bomber. Oh, thank God.
Hi, Bomber.
Ah, you're awake, so I see.
Yes.
If you look at the stream.
I love the
from
Phantom
the thumbnail.
:3. Oh shit, Phantom just updated us. The word thumbnail is a reference to the human thumbnail and alludes to the small size of an image or picture comparable to the size of the human thumbnail.
Oh my God!
Originally,
Are
the
you
term referenced
wait? So literally. So wait. So what I guess is literally
digital
it.
photo organization programs as well as visual search engines.
Oh my! So neat. Wait. So what I was saying was actually correct. Like, they just said thumbnail because, like, you know what? Let's just shrink this down to like like the size of a thumbnail and see how it looks.
The article's so long, I had to spread across 3 images.
That's wonderful. Hey, Bear. Sorry, not Bear. Bomber.
Message, just quote.
Yes.
Do you appreciate the storyline here?
What storyline? Where?
Oh.
When I joined the call,
no,
I said,
not that.
I'm back with the milk.
Oh no, he means
no.
He means the image.
Okay, so are you looking at the stream?
No.
Oh.
I just. Okay, hold on.
Okay, you know this. Don't worry about it. When you can.
Give me.
When you can.
Okay.
Double.
All right.
So,
Ah.
if you look, are you looking at the stream? Just let me know when
Ah,
you.
Yeah.
I see.
So this is the thumbnail for last week's video,
Yep.
and you're just like, my
I
client,
see.
my client is guilty. I'm like, what? It's just Phoenix is like, what is going on? And now, today's video, you can prove
It's the
innocent,
re-
right?
it's Recourt.
I'm
It's the
screwed.
fucking recourt session.
There's not a chance in hell she's not guilty.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I gave Bomber the little prosecutor's badge. I googled it in Phoenix Wright, and I gave it to him.
Hooray. Anyway, you want to get back to the trial?
I don't know why I did this. This is so stupid. I'm gonna close that. Hey, yeah, it's time. Sorry. Oh no. Okay. By the way, Phantom over here was like, because we were talking about a thumbnail, he's like, I wonder what a thumbnail means. And I'm like, And he just has the definition of a thumbnail over like a wall of text behind me. It's impressive. Oh shit, I gotta reduce the volume. Good. Pop it out. OBS and function. No. 6. Right, I got it right. First time. Good job, Star. You're learning. Also, I removed, I updated my model a tiny bit. I removed the star hairpin that was underneath the hat. But if I go to the model without a hat, it has it. I love that I can just click a button now, like in the site, and just change the model. Headset died. Needs a charge. Oh, what headset? Is this one of those like those headsets? It's one of those earphones which has like batteries and stuff. Like what, Bluetooth? Yeah, the Bluetooth batteries. My brother has one. My brother and my sister-in-law, they both have like a pair. I'm using wired earphones just because I have wired earphones that work just perfectly fine. If these go away or something like that happens to them, I don't know what I do. I probably have to replace them with wired headphones again. Because I like my fear of just dropping those my fear of dropping those tiny little earbuds and just never seeing it again is just so immense. I'm like, oh my, I'm sorry. I started yapping.
So, what have I missed?
Trial.
Ah.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back.
Also, I just realized, why was I yapping for so long? When Phantom literally
Yeah, no, I
said...
have no idea.
No, Phantom literally said his headset doesn't work anymore. He can't
Alright.
hear me, and then that's when I decide to yap.
You're
Excessive
continuing
yapping.
to.
I'm sorry. I love talking.
Allow
I
me
should have
to
actually
call.
read the last one before I came in here. Make a joke about that.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Are
Oh,
you
God, it's
drinking?
him.
Are you drinking alcohol? Are you drinking
Witness-
alcohol on the stand?
Please state your name
On
and
the stand.
occupation.
Uh-oh.
Me, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you. Wandering the trails of civilization.
Also, the
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know me! You're a patrolman!
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear it in the howling when
I'd
I'm gonna
like-
calling
murder
it out.
this man.
I'd like to imagine that he just says to the judge something like, I had a joke. I'm lost. Congratulations. Good job. Good job, champ.
To be exact,
It's just
Jake
funny if I'm just in
Marshall-
the fucking jury hall. Yeah, it's just for the background. I'm gonna murder you.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind. I've never heard Edgeworth described that way. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something.
Don't worry, Phantom.
You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Okay, maybe it's best if we just get on with this quickly because, come on. Share with us your testimony on the day of the crime. Thank you very much. In plain old English. 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 English.
My
English.
job is to keep a weary eye on that bone orchard. They say I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just as innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, time I hit the trail.
I can't say I particularly care at all for your attitude. I asked for English, and you give me
I can't
Texas.
say I care for your beard,
How
but you don't
dare you!
see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean 2 security systems?
What?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
No, it's in that tree.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks at the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated lock? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
What?
He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines. Or with following orders.
Like you? Pause for 1 second. I'd just like to point out. So Dave Phantom says, cowboy that drinks in the middle of the court case. No way in hell he drinks. Bro just starts talking shit like, well, 'twas a terrible night time. I thought there was a witch committed. How dare? Wait a second. Oh my god.
Everyone's
no, ignore that.
got
Ignore the
their-
text. Ignore the. Phantom, how could you pile it on me? I thought you were cooking. It turns out he was cooking me.
Cack.
Everyone's
All our
got their
cooking are-
weaknesses. Now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
Shaft. Get shaft.
Kill you. This
Do it
one
then,
sounds.
coward.
This one sounds like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Cook him.
Cool. I think it's very obvious what I have to do here.
Yep.
You were at a street-side saloon. Yes, 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 yeah.
Evidence.
Where is it? Yeah, here's your handprints at the scene of the crime. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Wait a
I only
second.
wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Hold up 1 second. Phantom, what do you mean? Your brother's in a court case? What's Juice World?
I
That's
feel
a
like you're
game.
reacting more to your audience at the moment than the,
Listen,
trial.
I'm so sorry, but it sounds like his brother just started listening to music in the middle of an actual court case. I'm just like, what? Sorry, witness, what's the meaning for this? Your bloodstained fingers of the crime? How could this be?
The blood was wiped away. However, a liminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall,
Bullshit.
it seems to me there ain't a person in this
All you
room with a
see.
head on his shoulders.
Including you?
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall, about the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Oh, I see. You meant the music artist in the middle of the stream at max volume. Oof. Marshall's cooked. Found at the scene of the crime!
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain
Never
and the
said he was
fingerprint
locker,
are
did he?
completely unrelated.
Oh,
Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
how do you know that?
See? I have nothing to do with it.
Well, guess what? We have proof! We have proof that you were there! On video! The witness's explanation appears valid, but we have video proof.
Bullshit!
We have video proof. Oh, don't know there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Dude, I already... can we reference the photo, the video?
I believe so, yes.
But
This guy's hiding something.
but
I
we-
can feel it.
But we can't immediately go with it, right?
And now's my chance to prove it. That's because you, how do you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, well, what do you mean? Well, I guess that means that you're the only one who could open that.
I mean what I said. That locker I used when I was... That's the locker I used when I was a detective. That locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming.
Oh,
Must have been using that fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it.
good. Good.
So
More-
with that being said...
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I mean, well, how do we know that?
How do you know? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the report. There was a blood stain at the scene, though to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
Whose blood was it by?
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves. Happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's handprint. Wow, what a coincidence!
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner?
You have a 3D printed D20? That's
The
metal.
picture.
That's plastic as fuck.
This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
It is in there. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Carefully consider where you're gonna go with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Mr. Marshall. It was in the tape.
What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner?
Phantom's
If so,
angry.
That video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could have left the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Mr. Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. Yes, we have evidence.
Of course. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
And you speak like
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Well then, let's have another look at the video. Dude, Phantom is so angry at Marshall.
What? This girl just had a fucking seizure.
Fever dance.
Yeah, so over there, just point out, right, nope. Forward. Stabby stabby.
Hard on that.
Wait, go back
Just
a
had a
second,
seat.
scroll back a second. Scroll back. Scroll
What?
back. No, could you rewind?
What do you want rewound?
It looked like the guy had a bloody shoulder.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
stabbed the dude.
Yeah, no, okay, right. So I just thought he was bloody before any of this happened. Oh, okay.
No. There's Meekins, and the
Yeah.
guy's disappeared. However, you know what we're about to get him for?
He opening his own locker. Right there.
Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Your
Very well.
locker was opened.
You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in this video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witness's, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. God damn the badger. It danced.
It scares me.
He stare into your soul.
Yes, yes,
Have
it
you
does.
stared into my soul, Papa? What do you look at? Oh, the white cloth! It's gone! How? What happened to it? What's the meaning, Mr. Marshall? Officer Marshall.
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you've got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open?
Fingerprint.
That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
It explicitly does.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
I love it how even the judge is like, wait a second.
This guy isn't just playing dumb.
The
He
only
really doesn't know.
The judge knows.
I hate to rain on your parade.
The only time the judge actually has a neuron that
That-
finally fires for
It's a
once.
fingerprint locker.
But you're the only
Phantom is
person
so
who can open that
angry.
particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Sure. This is going to be so easy. I'm gonna go over to the thing that says how lockers work and show you how a locker works.
I would like to call upon any detective.
Fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. We literally just talked about this. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
Oh yeah.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't even know what a fingerprint lock is.
Oh my god.
So,
is this,
Sheriff?
Is this literally he is the some people? My stream is a PS6.
What do you have to say
Yeah.
in 8 words or less? I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Order! 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 Witness! Explain yourself! Where is this?
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. Oh, I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Ole! Please, Ole! Please excuse the question. What?
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can? I mean, yes, of course we can. What?
Have a look at these floor plans. So, there is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then, well, where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. Yeah, that's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well, then, let's hear it. Where was he? He was V. Mr. V.
Officer Marshall was standing right here.
Take care, Phantom.
Toodaloo, Phantom.
Wait a second, but that... What? That's what the victim Detective Goodman was!
Correct! Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
You have the same stubble!
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out that Officer Meekins does not know Detective Goodman.
Uh-oh.
He also testified the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yeah? And how did he respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me, sir! Something about that officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
He would have needed to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it!
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized this man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say about this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Which
There's
is-
nothing circumstantial about this, dumbass.
Circumstantial evidence is enough to convict.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Whoa, this guy's like attacking the judge, and Phantom's attacking him. Mr. Wright,
That's a proper back and forth.
do you have any evidence throwing beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Come on, back me up here, fam.
I mean, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
Of course you do.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
I'm sorry.
This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one, but what can I do?
Oh, he's gonna throw a bullet?
It looks
No.
like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no places to go, return to the basics. The basics?
Oh, hinting, throwing a
For me,
bullet.
that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. Brusherix, hello, welcome!
Should look for the proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise,
Okay,
but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was disguised.
okay, so one question. So, for Fresherix checking in, how's everyone doing? By the way, Fresherix, today I'm making wholesome art.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean? What?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
Wait, why is he... He's openly helping us in court. This is wonderful.
He does this all the time.
I know, but this is the most blatant one so far.
Well, so the
Usually it's under the excuse of, wait a second, my person here is lying to me. I'd like to question him, but what do you mean by that? You know?
You keep forgetting Miles is on our side.
I know he's on our side. It's just I've not seen him this. I'm so sorry.
Just read the line.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the scene of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so the video is my only shot.
Perhaps it is the key, because I have nothing else. Very well, let's take another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please tell us why the witness opened this locker. Wait, is the white cloth that glove?
Pokemon?
Well, no, it's not the glove. The glove's the thing that falls out there.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, take care, Phantom.
There's
Back.
Meekins. Stabby stab time.
Okay,
Ah, I see.
wait, what do you see? Is it,
Wait, no, crap.
you missed.
Okay, I'm gonna get penaltied.
Bang!
Ow.
Ow! Isn't this like your second penalty in the whole game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is just because I pushed the wrong button. I was trying to rewind, but
The first
You know,
penalty,
these buttons are-
the first penalty is because, you know... I don't know. I don't remember, it's been a while.
okay.
So is it the blood? So I'm staring at this, okay?
Why did you make it J?
I'm giving it my full attention,
Okay, gloves, Meekins.
okay? Oh, cut, grab. Oh wait, the blood. No?
For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When he asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and that white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner.
Well then, Officer Marshall. He took the glove to hide and basically used it for evidence. Yeah, but apparently it might not have been that. Are you ready to tell us the truth now?
Looks like I underestimated you all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID card and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. And I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So, the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is that he's the donor. It's way too much blood for such a small donation. Lunatic jumped onto my knife.
He attacked me. I pulled out enough to defend myself in here, and he just ran at me like a madman.
So when you say it, you mean, do I even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident 2 years ago have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with that transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time,
But how?
no matter what the cost.
Wait, one question is.
I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall was in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID card. Why did you disguise yourself as Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
Because you were doing that.
So you did it to fool the security camera.
Damn, he's called Phoenix for a reason, because he can get a defendant out of a volcano or punishment. Wait, a volcano or punishment instead of giving a rebirth to living a normal life. Yeah, Phantom, Phoenix is insanely lucky. And the detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident. So
That's-
that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
So he's.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
Why?
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What?
What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he could because the rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins. He certainly is a one in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder demanding to show his ID.
We'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
What?
He actually will get one. He did his job.
He actually did his job. Wonderful. Nice.
When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything, man was flailing like a lunatic.
I had to put him down. He was a screaming goat.
By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one that's on my person
Oh
that
my
I've been
god.
shaving with
Oh
the
my
whole
god.
time?
Blatantly showing it. Phantom immediately called that one out.
Oh yeah, he does have a knife in a corner.
Yeah.
I don't
He
know what
always
to
has.
say.
Phantom says he's holding that knife, and he also said that's the exact same knife in the video and everything. Wow. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and what?
and managed to escape. I knew which areas couldn't be caught on camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who got into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all goes gone to plan, no footage would have been left.
Wait a second.
However, you bloodied your coat in that struggle with Officer Meekins.
Oh my god! Phantom mentioned the knife, and now he's like, wait a damn second, how did that get past security? There's no security in this game. The Phoenix Wright universe doesn't believe in security.
No, there is security. It's just a shame that this is the man who's in charge of security.
No, they're talking about this is the courthouse security, about how he's got a knife.
Oh, right.
He's got a knife, he's got alcohol.
I'm gonna be honest with you, the bailiff does not do their job well.
He's got
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
we know what he's
What
doing.
else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on that day,
There wasn't any murder. But the blood found at the scene clearly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't.
what?
Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Expert, where's that evidence?
Still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you
Oh, you're on.
He is free
Stealing
to
a detective's
decide
ID,
as long as he's willing to
injuring a
take the
police
alternative.
officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
What?
Not that salary cuts are even a valid solution. Just take how much fucking gumshoe slips up.
Yeah.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
I can't just forget this SL9 incident. You know why?
No? Is it because of Emma? Just this, all the
Officer
documents.
Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the S9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims, Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award that you got.
Oh, prosecutor! What?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
So Meekins
Now
may
I
have not been
remember.
murdered at 5:15 specifically. Doesn't mean he didn't do it at the time.
Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
Wait, what's his relation to you?
He was my brother.
Why? He's also from Arizona, Texas?
He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to public records.
What do you mean? What happened?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's it? Your reason for this insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened to the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with the resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, the mystery is finally being cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day.
Wait. Oh.
The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder in the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance. It's gotta be more than just that.
Chance in hell.
There ain't a chance in hell that I'ma let you live, and we're gonna... Sorry. So if no one's murdered in the police department on the day of the crime, that means the prosecutor's murder in the parking lot was the real one! Ah!
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. Keep upright. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's gone and drawn on you, partner. All the mysteries of the police department have been resolved, but no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place in the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye, and the testimony of one Angel Star is completely uncontestable,
What?
despite all the bullshit.
Wait,
If you have
uncontestable!
thoughts,
We
make it in one word or less.
We vetoed every single bit.
I've proven my point. I rest my case.
We vetoed literally every part of her testimony was useless garbage. Except for the ending. Huh? Yeah, and you know what, Phantom, you're right. No murder took place, but assault probably happened. That's gonna have a different trial. It seems this trial has reached a conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't have to waste my time. disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
Oh, that was his con.
There's no doubt what I prove today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake, but I didn't realize that would have ended up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Hold it!
What? Who said that? Emma! Your Honor! Wait!
Emma?
The defense has an objection, a scientific objection! In the name of science! Right? What the fuck? What?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright? Why do you keep doing this? Are you the skills guardian?
Your Honor? Oh, in this sense?
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is a minute of your time, a scientific minute, a nanosecond. Well, a few 100 million nanoseconds. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
Oh! Yay! That's millions and millions of nanoseconds. I can work with this. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out that the SL9 incident related to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. The truth. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
I mean, the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
But no fingerprints been found on it, right? No, but I figured out if I could examine it scientifically, I'd find a clue. And I found a clue. So I ran over here with it and decided over there and looked it over again.
So, you did find something.
No! What?
What?
Sorry, I guess I'm
What
not
the
much
fuck's this entire objection about?
Sorry, I guess I'm not a scientific investigator. I'm a disgrace to the scientific research. I'm a disgrace to everything scientific.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. Scientifically, you need to
And
give
I'm
me
just an
mimosas.
attorney, but you don't interrupt the court case with nothing.
Oh, but Mr. Ryder, she's the blood one, the only clue we have left. So we can't find anything wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. And so is Edgeworth. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Time's up. Time's up. We're out then, Mr. Wright. With regards to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? Yes, that's the only answer.
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be I'm sorry I can't be of more use. I've done the most I could do scientifically. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be scientifically executed.
No. No, she won't.
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If
Give me-
there's ever a time I need to concentrate, it's now.
Okay, listen to this, okay? Phantom. Emma,
What could
let's
be wrong
go,
with the tension
girl!
on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
Okay, listen to this.
I object.
Aw, shit.
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is that you're grasping rhymes.
You've been staring pretty intently at these floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yeah, it is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on here?
Oh, the mascot.
Yeah, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of this
Oh my
blood mark.
god! The blood mark is right in front of the mascot! And before the... Let us pray your defense isn't simply trying to buy time. I'd like to point out, Phantom says, Emma, let's go, girl! Next line, Emma, you dumbass!
She saved us! She doomed us!
It's like that line in Flintstones. We shall live like kings! She's the duple look like. We'll die like dogs! Very well, Mr. Right.
With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use.
Yeah, it's the badger. What item can prove something? The badger. The badger.
What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Oh no, he's acting it up.
Playing yourself right. Please take a look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
Oh.
Well,
What?
that's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on this locker.
Phantom, don't do that to me.
What?
So that means, what does this mean?
It means it can't be done, Your Honor.
What are you saying? Blood traces were found on the locker.
Don't look at me! I didn't put it there!
Mr. White, take it through scientifically, just like I did.
Emma, you still don't know what that word means.
Except be better than me. I'm just a high schooler. You pass high school. I'm only you adult. I love it. On the afternoon? Yeah. After Mika was like the one who brought the badger into the evidence room, right? I love that whoever was drawing Meekins had so much fun. I can see it. After he put it down, it would have been impossible to put a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean that the that blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment, I will not allow such a far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. What do you mean?
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. How? One time was captured on tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, which was a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time... someone bled prior to the struggle shown on tape. It had to have been... It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous! I refuse to accept your absurd claim! The murderer portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on this locker.
Yeah.
So then, assuming that this murder you poop really happened, when did it take place? I'd imagine you show evidence that proves that it occurred. When did the first incident occur?
To summarize that, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Miss Marshall... One second, please wait 1 second. Prior to Miss Marshall being cut by Officer Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Escher said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place.
Oh,
There's only one piece of evidence that can do that.
the entry tickets. I mean, no, not that. I mean the log, fingerprint log. Shit. Now then, well, the defense, please present the evidence. The entry logs. Where did this crime first take place?
The crime took place inside the evidence room. Then the killer must have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
Oh, the ID record.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50. If the crime took place before that time, it would have to be 4... Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, 4:40 p.m. What? Miles Edgeworth! What have you done?
I would have never figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test in the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime has been wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had 10 minutes to murder a victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the criminal must have taken dice before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. So for
Okay, let's look at that chart again.
420 then. Blaze it.
The only other card is the remaining 7777777. Talk about a lucky number.
It must be demon. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could a Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Well, since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered alongside the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP! Do it right now! Find out whoever it is 777 is.
That's 1-7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately,
Stop being an
I'm unable
epic!
to look up. I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card, at least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID card 7777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how I'm not finished talking right. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge is filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Phantom, we all know who is 777. We all know who that guy
Slander, is
is. Damon.
Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant's sin over there. Your own little executive. Lana. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her own ID number, and it's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about the incident.
SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Why she understand?
Do we need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
Heard him fine, Mr. Edgewood.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we,
Occasionally, felt the powerlessness of the war of the law of law. At least I did. Lana! I became the prosecutor I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. I became the law. But before I realized it, we were the one being suppressed by the law, and that is unacceptable. The defendant, just what are you saying? The rare moment is just star, star, star.
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say what you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't! How could you? I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why didn't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. What we did what we had to in order to get him the verdict he deserved. Oh my god! But Lana! Even if it involved forging the evidence. Phantom, that's a pretty insane little brother you got right there.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No!
Order! Order! Order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir, the chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day.
Oh my god. What's that brush out on the side of the screen? I'm doing wholesome art.
So, we're probably gonna need one more episode.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be pretty intense.
Time to investigate.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Oh. I didn't know. I never knew the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. You keep saying that. What does it mean to you?
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What?
What do you mean, what happened to you?
So it's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind a piece of incriminating evidence.
But what did you do with those killings, Emma?
On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, he was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yeah. I was a witness in the Joy Dark killings.
I didn't see that one coming.
That all happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. And suddenly, this terrifying man burst into the office. You.
Joe Dark.
Yeah. Seems like Steve was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I don't know what he was going on. But just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Marshall tackled him. Then
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly. A bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. And what I saw then burned a permanent picture in my brain. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture.
I don't remember the moment I don't remember the moment that Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that.
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That's why... that must be why why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted a guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgewood used it.
Edgeworth.
Yeah, but I'm sure he didn't know about it. He couldn't have known what he was being He couldn't have known that he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgewood, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just tested properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that crime ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
She must not have been able to face what she did. Especially not to Emma.
Be right back.
Joe Dark, more like Joe Dark is about to be a dark purple. What? You're threatening a dead man? A dead fictional character. He's dead.
Ah, yes, I do love the internet.
She's threatening a dead man by beating him up.
What did you see in the incident the crime occurred?
Not enough, apparently. Dot dot dot. Dark knock. Whenever I see Dark, whenever I see this name, I keep wanting to say Drake. I'm just like, look at it. Dark knocked out Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
Did I fucking oh my god. Phantom, like, he's pissed. Did I stutter? Whoa. You are a being of rage, Phantom. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. She must have been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words wouldn't come out. Well, yeah, you were a 14-year-old. I drew a picture, but it wasn't good. Wasn't any good.
2 years ago? You must have been like 14. That's understandable.
What happened? Explain yourself, Barry.
I'm just
No,
playing
don't.
some carry on it. I just saw, I just flipped a lever and it took my my camera to a different screen. I just saw a great I tore apart slide out of a vent.
You 100%ed that game. You still playing it? Once I made up my mind.
Yes, I downloaded a mod that adds another campaign.
Phantom's consoling Emma. Yeah, I'm sure she did a great job, but legally, scientifically speaking, it wasn't good enough. Well, once it was
I'm
all
gonna
over,
peel you.
you say the same thing the psychos in Borderlands say. Okay, once it was all over, I made
No, they don't say that they're
once
gonna
it was
peel
all-
you.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided when I grew up, I was gonna become a scientific investigator. The most scientific one of them all. I'd reinvent the periodic
Forensic
table.
analysis.
I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies.
You.
And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any... Oh no.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me though, Emma.
Sticky keys?
Well, what is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
There's no mystery there. Joe Dog had been taken into custody for questioning that day. Have you looked at him? The man's guilty. Unless it's an anime about, people not looking, the part.
Taking for questioning. You mean by the police?
Okay, take care, goodbye. Of course, that happened at the police department. This happened at the police department. Wait, but the police department's isn't that 20 minutes away? He tried to run halfway through the interview and then he fled into the sister's office.
Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective officers and the questioning officers, questioning room are right across the elevator. What?
Cross from the elevator? Alana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
But no, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was the detective. What? She was the best in the entire force. Wait a second.
What? Well, that's news to me.
After the Joe Tarky... Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. What? Oh, that's why. Okay. After the Joe Tarky, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective. I better
Lawyer.
have another talk with her. Don't you have to go to law school?
She was.
Yeah,
she
that's
was.
my
she, no,
point.
she was in law school. She was in Maya's class. But after she
Oh
graduated,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Mia's. She was in Mia's class. But after law school, she instead of going to being a prosecutor, she went to be a detective. To be fair, there is no detective school. That's a 3-year course or something. That's a 2-year course. Lana!
What the fuck is this shit?
Yes, exactly! Now there's Bear, the people's elbow, speaking the same question as me. What is going on? Explain yourself. Why are there so many twists in this case? Why can't you just be a good person?
Because it's a Phoenix Wright game.
I know, I love it. Mr. Wright, it seems like he's
Also, I wasn't
troubling
saying
me.
that referring to what's going on y'all's screen. I just walked in, saw a mech, 2 flamethrowers, and a fucking Civ. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Robocop. Also, listen, Bear, I understood what you're talking, but I decided to turn your words in my favor.
I understand. That's a fair thing to do. I'm just like, what the fuck am I looking at here?
It's not.
Oh, the civilian had a pistol. Okay, never mind.
It's not a
It's
fair-
completely fair.
It's not a fair thing to do. It's something I learned to do from politicians. Okay. I said it.
Oh, fuck that.
Welcome
Fuck
back.
this.
Welcome back, Phantom. Also, Bear, apparently Phantom is like the same
Who's
way
the
about
civilian there?
apparently Bomber, by the way, apparently just like you like Carry On, Phantom plays Cult of Lamb, even though he 100%ed it.
Falsifying
Fair
evidence.
enough.
I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? Because you're not criminals! But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be guilty. Oh, believe me, I understand the risks. I just think it's perfectly acceptable.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Snitches get stitches. That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about the unusual change of jobs.
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
Why does everyone make that joke?
Because it's true.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today. Not at the least was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. A trial? It really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana! How could you do this to me? To me! I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. The scientific truth. The unabridged truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. Tell me that the witness, tell me what Miss Starr said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phrased before.
It's true I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. Yeah, she was amazing! Before she did all that stuff. I still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant.
He was the deputy chief of the police department back then, but he still worked crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. I don't know what to tell the truth, only the truth. You're a dirty liar to lie to Emma and you lie in court and get someone wrongly arrested. Oof. You know, Phantom, one day I'll play Cult of the Lamb. I just need to...
Yeah, and I'll be playing it with you.
How?
There's
has
co-op
multiplayer.
now.
Local co-op only.
One word. Parsec.
Parsec.
Never heard of that.
Okay,
Mail
no
beer.
one, no. I will
Okay.
explain it because I hadn't heard of it until a few months ago.
You
It
know
is
what?
basically peer-to-peer connection over internet that allows you to, quite literally, Discord style screen share, but actually allow you to play
Yeah.
games with each other.
Oh my god.
Think team share, but for gaming.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We should.
I mean, screen. Yeah.
We should look into that. Because
I mean,
I do
it's
have
just download
I do have
and setting up an account.
I do have what's it called? Shit. God
It
damn
is
it. The
team
name.
share, right?
I have a Dead Route to Canada. Okay. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes even before the reports could be filed. They solved crimes before the
Emma
crimes
really
could be filed.
idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned to become a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience, like investigating real crime scenes, so you could use evidence in court, right? Right? Gant's help in the
No
SL9
little
incident
one
was
is snap snack.
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. Crucial. I couldn't have done it without him. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about the investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation was led by Damon Gant, right?
Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I share the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office.
Interesting. We led a team of the best detectives in the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr.
Sorry, I didn't know you were in this game.
Shut up. It was the first
Look,
time.
I've been holding that off all fucking stream.
It was the first time Marshall worked together with his brother. He was quite gung ho. Yep, Phantom, we'll definitely look into it. Cult of the Lamb sounds like a fun game. It was already like in the idea's bin. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. And that was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So wait until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and fled the room. From there he ran to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, Phantom.
You were the first person to run to the scene, Lana.
It appears so, yes. I was filling some paperwork while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. I really want to say Drake every single time. But When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelt blood.
3 bodies?
Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through.
After that, I immediately placed Dark under. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
That's right. It's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
I don't buy it.
But what are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in this incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall's? Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me too. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case might not be over yet.
Huh?
Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder.
From 2 years ago, really? It's probably been remodeled and with good excuse. Well, it used to be for 2 people, now it's only 1 person. Yeah, Phantom, I'm not going to reply. I'm not replying to every single one of your messages because, you know, there are a lot of people on the stream. Yeah,
I don't see Detective come through anywhere.
But I'm really happy you're here. I still remember that one stream. It was just you and me, and struggling through what was it called? Exit number 8. Oh, things seem kind of quiet around here.
You're right. The chief's detective seems the same, though.
Oh, why don't we go look for other people to talk to?
Right, we can come back here later.
Is the chief detective gonna talk about a pay cut? You know, because in court it was brought up the evidence, which is like, and he's like, I asked for every single bit of evidence. This is what we have to work with,
Howdy.
people.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Shouldn't you be, like, incarcerated for attempted assault? You, Sarah. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy? What?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? How could you dare do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. But before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found.
He just described.
For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip?
Just a
That was Joe Dart's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match to the wound that the victim sustained. Well, what does that mean? It means that there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us.
So the scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, he got the brain. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
Well, how old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
Yeah, Phantom. He's getting. They're probably gonna
highest
go
honor?
easy on him, just like. Sorry.
You mean the king of prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must really have been close to his brother.
The SL9 incident it took place. It wasn't the same day as like.
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in the tiny room. Well, what about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful not to be too obvious. They?
Oh, who are you talking about? Give me the scientific answer.
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana was transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that you mention it, Emma said something like that too.
Thanks, Phantom. Hey, tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today.
Yeah, you're probably gonna spend some time in prison.
Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator.
Oh my god.
Adios, Bambina. Okay, so I need to go back here. The place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
Wow. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes except for that one guy over there. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're in the conference room. Thanks. He actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying that she did... With the chief prosecutor saying what she did, and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention her statement about the media and tomorrow's trial. Yeah, God, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Chaos. What happens in his Thanksgiving and Christmas?
I both do and don't want to know.
I'm suddenly curious about the life of this random person. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Oh, we're really well. It's just okay for us to go there. I mean, yeah, we're on police or anything.
Hey, you're right! You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Star.
Now I know how Gumshoe became a detective. I'm so sorry.
They're all idiots.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get ready to go to the Chief's office.
Hey, I said you can't do that! Too bad! Oh my god, there's a pipe organ!
Oh my god.
This is the top floor of a building!
This is the police
How did
station.
How did it get up there?
That's so fucking heavy! How reinforced is the floor?
Very.
Where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door, and science tells me that's how science works.
Check out that pipe organ! That's not real, is it?
I used to take organ lessons from kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Batch. And that's not because of the match. I was unrelated. I never could remember where C was. Huh? Cool Bond.
Shit.
Cool Bond. It's you. Is Cool Bond gone? I think they stepped away.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I guess I'll do it. Unless you want to try at it, Bear.
No.
I can try it.
Okay.
No.
What do you mean no? You don't like my you don't like my flamboyant men?
You people.
Oh.
Do I even
it's
need to answer that question?
Okay, I'm sorry. Bomber, can you take over?
Do I?
Bear really doesn't want me to do it. And
Okay. Here we go.
I
Why
beat
are
this
you
bit of a
laughing?
shit, but yeah.
Ahem.
Why am I laughing? Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Oh, so righto. Have you been swimming lately?
oh my god, is it
Um,
only us people?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct. And Lana's provocative statements. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence?
Huh.
2 years have passed since that incident. Oh my, how time flies. You see that big picture on the wall over there?
Yeah, the one you picture here, almost 1/10 the size of that big pipe organ.
That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture.
That's not right.
Can't seem to
Oh,
put my finger on it,
It
though.
has the K, the shield. The shield's full. What happened? Wait, why is the shield full? No, no way.
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, okay. But it's obvious. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? Objection!
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend.
I'd like if he just like he's gonna say, well, this is not the same office as it was 2 years ago. Okay, give me 1 second. Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems like the case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search that crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office.
Wait, could you pause?
Hey.
Could you pause for a second and look at the picture of the picture they took in the office? Yeah, by the way, Phantom, I was laughing because it turns out a police chief is a dunce like Edge. Okay, hold a second. Yeah, it's a dunce like Gumshoe. That K. So it turns out it's got a knife as well. What do you think the odds are of that knife being like sharp?
Terrible.
Makes sense. It's just interesting that I'm just wondering why.
There is one other thing to note about this picture
I am
that you're
just-
not noticing.
I'm just really curious why that knife is missing from Edgeworth's one. I mean, is it also the thing in French?
Do you notice the other thing?
The The statue with a knife, holding a knife or something?
That's a suit of armor. No, I'm talking about the thing in the background.
Oh my god, wait a
Vase.
second! Why is that? That's the vase! Why is that here? Where'd that come from?
And I believe you were asking about this?
Yes.
We'll see. Anyway, let's get a little more progress today. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe, are you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet really hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Oh
I've been
no!
devoted so much that I'm legally required to go get everyone's Starbucks orders.
No! By the way, if you look at the stream art, I've finished today's piece.
Yay!
Baller. At no cost.
It's the
Adorable!
Phoenix Fan Club.
I love how they have the worst picture of Phoenix too.
Yeah.
As
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have any of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask?
Does he owe money?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in the court.
What?
That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That testified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world out for his blood.
Oh, yikes.
But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged.
Who's gonna
Lana
believe
Sky
that?
is the guilty party here, isn't she?
Who's gonna believe that?
No offense. Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who didn't like him. But now with this,
Are there really so many people who hate him?
in
Yes.
our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. And there's no better recipe I know for making enemies.
Phantom.
Dick!
Phoenix.
Keep up the good work. Yes, sir! Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir! You gotta take me back up the joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir! It seems like you don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Plus, I try to be a likable guy, you know?
I mean, the thing is, he's no one's rival.
Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at those files earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find anything? The only evidence that Doc left behind during his final was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl?
Me. Oh no.
Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma is that girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
What is it?
Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon? Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. I posted the art in art progress.
Yeah.
I like this one. I'm
Joe
happy
Doc
with
was
it.
42 at the time of the crime. He was your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? Well, one day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
This car? So, was there like an accident? And Phantom, while Edgewood might be in the club, I only had time for these two. Sorry.
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal? Oh my!
He killed the man
Yeah,
that
chupacabra.
he killed the man that witnessed the accident. A kid walked by it too, and he killed them. And when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came on the scene of the crime, and he killed that guy. And then he finally turned himself in. So he killed like 4 witnesses,
What?
along with the guy that he killed initially on accident.
But we know his car hit the other person. We can see his car.
Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course. I mean, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a shred of evidence.
What?
So he turned himself in.
How is no evidence?
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Doc was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that the last witness wasn't killed. That last witness.
I still don't get why you drew me eating a block of cheese.
What are you talking about? From you're talking about from the don't touch anything stream?
Yes, I still don't remember why you drew me eating
so
a
about
block of
this.
cheese.
Because you mentioned
Hey,
cheese
is
at
that-
some point.
It's got a
Alright.
tag attached to it. It's
Wait-
got the label
wait a second.
SL9 incident.
Wait a second, I know
I
what
believe
that
this
is.
would be the broken murder weapon you were
Stop.
speaking of.
That's the one. That's the
What are
thing
you
from the
doing with that?
trophy.
Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
Wait a second. Are we literally carrying this with us?
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
I thought the idea was we have pictures of everything.
Well, some of it.
We just have this with us. On the day that the Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgewood's car muffler. Oh.
That's it. Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
What is it, detective? Quick, before you forget! Come on! Hello?
This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it, too.
Wait, what? But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't even have to take a good look to notice that, scientifically speaking.
Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken tip of the knife was found.
Inside a victim!
That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it in his own body.
Oh my!
It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? Oh, you bet! Down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Update. Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? Oh, what is it? If it's money you need, you should go ask Chief Gant. He allows you to
Oh
have
my
$50
God.
if you ask him.
Oh my god, did he actually get a loan? You gotta pay
God
back.
damn
You
it,
gotta pay that back, you know?
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is the crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now and his office is locked. Can you please open it for us? You know, I'd like to have a look inside if that's scientifically, if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Oh my god, breach of trust! I didn't know that was a crime!
Simply put, I'll be canned. And I've already gone through too many demotions to get fired.
Yeah! It's like I'd be canned. I'd have to.
Oh.
If I ever get fired, they'd pay me money.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
Listen, I get paid negative money. How about this idea? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. Data was deleted the day he died.
Oh no! Why did I ask you this question?
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if that's something that we could show him that he could change his mind.
I think we'll end it here.
I think the answer is $50.
What would you say to $50? You make a damn good argument.
It's like, you got $50? No, I don't. Imagine Phoenix trying to bribe him, like, right, what about Phoenix $50? You got $50? If he's like, no.
No.
But still.
But then why did you offer it, pal?
It's hard.
Yeah, everyone has to remember, everyone in Phoenix Wright is dirt poor except for people like Miles. Edgeworth's like the only one who has actual money.
It's wonderful. Anyway, that was
Everyone else is dirt poor.
That was super fun. I had such a fun time. Thanks so much for being here. Yeah, let's just switch to looking at this art. I'm happy with how the art. I'm happy with today's session. Stream. I'm happy with today's stream. It's a fun time. It's been a while, and then also
I will say, I can't wait for you to see later games, because if you think this is the Phoenix Appreciation Fan Club, there's a few more members.
I mean, to be fair, I just drew his two assistants.
Well, one assistant.
Well, the second one, self-proclaimed assistant.
Kind of.
It's assistant enough. Yeah, he's a lawyer. He should be making bank. Well, Phantom, I don't know why, but I guess he doesn't. He just doesn't charge much money. He's probably not a very expensive lawyer.
Whoa! Sandwich be upon ye.
Sandwich be upon ye. Oh, anyway, that's a fun time. I still couldn't help it, but when the chief of police suddenly was like Gumshoe, where it's like, oh, you wanna know where the oh yeah, it's over there, up the stairs to the right, top floor.
You need to ask us if we need permission to be up there. Hey, you're right.
You're right. You don't have permission. Get the fuck out of there. What you doing? Oh, Gumshoe.
God.
Anyway, that's a fun time. I can't wait to next week. The cheapest lawyers are like $1,000 an hour. Well, apparently Phoenix works at $15 an hour, like McDonald's.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm
Phoenix.
glocking it.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care, everyone. It's been a great time. I can't wait till the next stream. Next stream? Next week. I think, Bomber, you said you're not going to be there? Bomber? Night in the Woods?
Yeah.
You won't be there?
Not this week either. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, right, so next week, Night in the Woods. I can't wait for it. Bomber's not going to be there, but that's fine. We'll work it through. At least it's not, Undertale Yell or another one of the streams which you were really excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait. Oh, I have to still edit. I still have to edit the Weird Wild West, the last one, and we record a new episode. Ah, I hate editing so much. I hate it so much.
You gotta do it.
Goodbye. Take care.
You still have
Here's
to do it,
my
you little...
end screen. And I hope I'll see you next stream. Oh, it's been a wonderful time.
Chicken sandwich be upon you.
I hate that that's the last thing